Alright guys, so I really don't know how I feel about this exactly, but it's recently just been confirmed that Sandy Cheeks is gonna get her own spin-off movie. And you know, being someone who grew up watching SpongeBob, you know, SpongeBob was a big part of my childhood. I always felt like continuing SpongeBob after like the original cast left. I always never really liked the idea of that. But you know, obviously Nickelodeon wanted to keep doing it just because it made like probably the most amount of money Nickelodeon's ever made off of a show. And you know, by a business standpoint, you know, I really can't be mad at them about that exactly, just because that makes perfect sense. You know, in my opinion, personally, I think the SpongeBob that has came out ever since the original cast left has been absolutely dog shit, in my personal opinion. I don't think it could be necessarily bad to a new viewer, but just somebody who grew up with the original SpongeBob and how the original SpongeBob was written, it just doesn't even compare to the original SpongeBob. You know, another thing I'm going to say about the Sandy Cheeks movie is that it kind of does make sense as well, just because the last SpongeBob movies grossed like over $500 million worldwide. So, you know, obviously they're making a fortune off these like rip-off SpongeBob movies. So, you know, even knowing, you know, I'm not going to be watching this shit personally, it seems that there's a lot of kids, you know, that are probably like younger that are watching this newer SpongeBob. So as a business standpoint, you know, it does make sense to make more of these SpongeBob movies because they're making a shit ton of money. And you know, another thing I'm really realizing right now is that not only did they make hundreds of millions of dollars from these movies, but I can also imagine they made a lot of money from merchandise sales as well. So yeah, like I said, they're making a shit ton of money off of these like shitty movies. To be honest, another thing I want to bring up is I'm not exactly sure why they would choose Sandy Cheeks to make a movie about. I feel like Sandy is honestly probably the worst character you could like make this movie about when it comes to like side characters. I feel like there's so many other side characters that could make such a better movie than Sandy. Because you know, when I watch SpongeBob, and I don't think anybody watches SpongeBob and just sees Sandy come up on the screen and just jumps for joy. I mean, when people like Squidward, or I guess I shouldn't say people, but when sea creatures like Squidward and maybe like Patrick, I know Patrick's getting his own show, but Squidward, Mr. Krabs, these characters, when they're on screen, I feel like people are more enthusiastic about it than when Sandy is on the screen. Who the hell gives a shit about Sandy? I definitely feel as if they could do some sort of interesting plot with Sandy where they could make her go back to Texas or something. Personally, I'd rather watch a movie where they take Mr. Krabs and they have him get like caught by a fisherman boat or something, and they're about to like cook him up and feed him at a restaurant, and then Mr. Krabs has to like get himself out of there. You know, that I would go and watch that. I'm not even gonna lie. So there's no official release date for the movie yet, but production is supposed to begin August of this year. Boys, but I'm realizing the Squidward movie. What about the Squidward movie? That would be amazing. The fucking Squidward movie? You pass up making the Squidward movie and make the Sandy Cheeks movie. Come on, man. Yeah, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this shit down in the comment section below. Let me know, are you guys gonna be watching this shit when it comes out? Personally, I don't think that I am, but I figured that I would just make a video about this just because my video on SpongeBob in the past has been perceived very well, and a lot of people enjoyed that video, so I mean, more SpongeBob news, why don't I bring it to you boys? Especially because I've grown up with SpongeBob, and I'm a very big fan of SpongeBob myself. So with all this shit being said, I'm probably not gonna be watching that Sandy Cheeks movie, but I will see you guys in the next one.
Drop in on me, no parachute.